Oh guys, so I tried the E2 trading card thing again, and it's the same story every time. I think my computer is just a little bit too slow, and every time I'm there to try and get the drops, I'm clicking and clicking, clicking, I fail, I never quite get the drops on time. And the one time I had the advantage over everybody else, I still sort of take my time to do it. I'm just not, it seems that I'm not involved in the community enough to fully know what's happening and when it's happening. So when it does happen, I'm sat there questioning what is happening, and it makes me obviously a little bit slower to react. What the fuck? Bro, yeah, there are 6 Shane cards there. I know, why are they there? What do you mean, why are they there? Just buy them. I mean, it's just weird that they're there. There's 6 Shane cards and nobody's bought them. Yeah, you buy them. I mean, they haven't been announced yet. Maybe I'll just look on Discord. Oh, come on. Nah, there's nothing on Discord. Do you think I should ask them? I don't want to sound like a noob. Buy them! Do you think I should buy them? Oh, fuck. So, as it turned out though, after that, I ended up buying 2 of those Shane cards. So I clicked on one and bought it, and then I screenshot and I shared it with the group on Discord to say like, hey guys, these cards are here. Didn't know if anybody knew. And a few people started talking about it. I think one person in particular went on and bought 3, and then I went back and thought, why the hell don't I try and buy more? Why don't I take this opportunity? Just under the idea that the Shane cards would become really popular as he's the founder. So I went back, and there was actually only 1 card left by the time I got back. And so I ended up with 2 of the Shane cards, and somebody else I think got 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, so that was a thing. Welcome back to What on Earth 2, guys, where I talk about what on Earth 2 I've been doing these past couple of weeks. And this time I'm just going to share a few cool things that I've seen and a couple of ideas and my thoughts on some of the things happening within the community. So let's get into it. As always on this channel, there is hardly any advice, no free towel giveaways, and no Patreon. I'm not doing this for the money, I'm just doing this to share information and ideas and maybe a small form of entertainment. So if you like this video, like, subscribe, do your thing. Speaking of Shane and his tweets, his riddle, art or treasure, with your prize of old, the first will claim the plates of gold. So like, I was thinking about the art or treasure, and to me at the time, maybe well off here, but I was thinking it had to be something to do with NFTs, because it's art or treasure. I was trying to think, what is art or treasure? And people view NFTs as art, and some of them view them as a valuable commodity to have, a treasure. So I thought, oh, maybe it's something to do with an NFT and with your prize of old. So I thought, oh, is it anything to do with the first tiles that we ever bought on Earth 2? That could be considered an NFT, and it could be considered a treasure. So maybe there's a clue hidden within that. I went and had a look within my earlier purchases, but I couldn't see anything at all. So I kind of feel I'm off with that idea, but just the whole art or treasure, to me that sounds like an NFT. But then it says, with your prize of old, the first will claim the plates of gold. So I wonder what it meant, like with your prize of old, what are we supposed to do with it? Even if it was an NFT or something that we had bought earlier on, with your prize of old, the first will claim the plates of gold. What are we supposed to do with it? And that's kind of where I got stuck on that one. But to me, it's NFT related, or maybe pixel art related. Maybe it's something to do with the pixel art within the Earth 2 platform. I think whatever it is, it's got to be related to the Earth 2 platform, because I don't know, it has to be, right? Surely. Additional news, those bank cards have been released. I mean, it doesn't really mean much right now, but yep, there you go, bank cards. There's lots of other people that will talk more in depth about the bank card things, and I haven't had the time to research it enough. I know it's a thing. Hopefully the cards will help with the whole withdrawal system, but I don't plan to do any withdrawals. I've not even registered my personal details to be able to do any withdrawals, because I don't plan to do that at all. Not yet anyway. Not until way down the line, perhaps. We've got the new 3D map, which is actually a really cool feature. It's slightly problematic in some cases, but it's a nice step in the right direction for us to be able to see where we're actually buying our land, whether we're buying it on a summit or a slope. So it helps with the purchasing of land, but it's when I want to go and look at some land that I have bought on a hill, it's really hard to see. It's not clear because when you click in the 3D option, your flags disappear, so it's hard to see exactly where your land is. For example, here I have this piece of land on top of a mountain, and yeah, to me, I swear it's the peak of the summit, and I wanted to double check that I've definitely bought the very peak of this mountain. But when I click the 3D option, it turns the map into this 3D, but it doesn't show you exactly where the flags are. You can see the lights where land has been bought, but it's not clear that that's my light or somebody else's. This is the peak, so there's a light here and there's some lights over there. Not quite on the summit, kind of on the summit, so I think I could safely assume that it is mine, but there are obviously other mountains where there are many other pieces of property bought around that, so it's harder to tell what's yours and what's not. That would be nice for them to update that so you can at least see the flags. And I'm not too sure what's happening with these lines. Obviously it's something to do with the 3D scaling, but I mean, it's a weird, I don't know, it's a strange effect. I don't think it needs to be there. That's something that could be improved upon. But again, overall, I'm happy with that they've done that, because it's just another interesting way to look at the landscape and where we're buying our property. Some other map improvements that I would really like to see, and I don't know if other people have this glitchy problem the same way I do, but I'll use this island for example because it's the one I saw recently. So McDonald Islands, you can see it here. I'm going to use this so I can zoom into the exact same place. You zoom out, there's McDonald Islands. I mean, it's a bit rubbish, but you can't do anything about that satellite image because of the clouds. But then when you zoom into certain places, and I've tried this over and over again on several days, so I don't know if you can see it, but I can't. When you zoom in, it disappears like this. It goes all black. And no matter how much further I zoom in, the land never reappears. But if I go right down to the map grid, I can see that people have bought tiles around the structure of what I assume would be the edge of the landmass, but there's no actual image. And again, if I zoom out, it's that black grid, and then it eventually reappears again when you're farther enough away from it. So I've found lots of those all over the map, and I would love for those small improvements to happen, so it's more clear again where you're buying land and what other land people have exactly bought. There's some other map improvements that I would love to see, and that's when the land masses seem to appear and then disappear and then reappear when you get really close in. It's kind of harder to judge from a distance. You can't just freely scroll through the map left and right and see your land masses at a distance. Now, I shouldn't compare it to Google Maps. I know Google Maps is obviously a lot better, but if it looked something like this, so even you can see at a distance all the land masses are highlighted, so you can scroll across without having to zoom in and zoom out and see where everything is, and you can zoom in to the islands. I mean, it's pretty cool that Google Maps you can see beneath the sea, but if they could at least circle the land masses very clearly so that we can see it from a distance, that would be great. Because this is Tonga on Google Maps, and then when we go into Tonga on Earth 2 maps, you can see it at a distance. It's there, but it's not as clear. You can see here that there is something there, and then when you zoom in, it disappears. And then if I zoom in even closer, can I find it? No, it's gone. And if I zoom out, something eventually appears there again. But if I go onto Google Maps, it's here, you know? You can see that there was something there, but it's blacked out, so you know you're not really missing out. You can always use Google Maps and Mapbox at the same time to sort of find your places. It would be great if I could just use Mapbox. Those tiny little improvements would go a long way. So you've got these two little islands here on Google Maps. If I know I can do it this way. But obviously, you zoom in, there it is. Here's the landmass. You zoom out. It's a lot darker than it is on Google Maps, but that's neither here nor there either. That can change. You zoom out, and then it disappears. I don't know why Mapbox does that, so those improvements would be great. Earth 2 now has the Earth 2 capital, and I kind of already thought it had a capital. I thought Alpha Kingdom was its unofficial capital, and now there's this Earth 2 capital. So I don't know if this has become, again, like another unofficial capital, or the mega city itself is just called capital. Either way, it's pretty big. Lots of people have bought into it. There's some nice pixel art going on there. I imagine this would become quite an important hub for lots of activity in the future. So here, and here's some other like really cool places that I found in Earth 2 that I just, and you may have seen them too, but they're just really cool. It makes me want to buy more land. Every time I find these places, I'm like, wow, like what an awesome place. So I'll show you a few of those now. Then we have, let's zoom in so it loads a little bit quicker. Then we have this really cool place. So I can't remember the person that started this. I wish I could remember. So sorry if you see this video and I haven't named you. Oh, actually, he sent me a message so I can find his name. Kenneth Smith, that's his name. I'm not too sure if he belongs to a guild, but he did mention that lots of people that started this belong to the Lone Wolf clan. So here in the center, most of them are Lone Wolf. But it's cool. It's like the one tile builders, but it's been gamified a little bit more in that it's all Tetris shape. So the rules are you can buy land. No two flags can be the same. So don't collect a British flag to a British flag or another flag to another flag. Make sure your flags are different so the shapes can be seen as different. Don't leave any empty spaces. So if you're going to buy like a square or one of those L shaped or the little Z ones, you have to make sure that at least somebody can fill that gap next to you. So if you can see it and it's going to leave one tile by itself that nobody can get to, don't do it. Like try and gamify it yourself a little bit more, make it achievable for other people. And it's a great idea because it's a low investment and it's just a little bit more fun too. So this entire area, I don't know how far it's going to go, but yeah, Tetris Island it's called. Check it out, get some land. And then this whole area too, I actually found this area before I invested in this Tetris Island. And it's a beautiful place. I just thought, wow, this could be like a new island megacity because it's reasonably cheap per tile. It's currently 72 cents a tile, but when we zoom out, look how beautiful this place is. It's in Vientiane in Laos, and I've been to Vientiane in Laos and I never saw this place. I had no idea how I missed it. Look at that. All those little islands. Now this is almost like a, I don't know, it looks like a scythe blade or it could look like an eye. But yeah, all those little islands, if people are looking and have wanted to buy themselves an island in Earth 2 for a while, but it's all too expensive, this is a great place to get into it. Some of these islands are so small, some of them are a really good size. I think one tile builders are in here somewhere. Yeah, they're all hiding in there, but there's loads. Yeah, look at all this. All this available space. So, get amongst it. I don't know, some sort of island megacity perhaps. I reckon this has got so much potential to grow. This place too, look at this amazing island. How cool would this be? So this is in Tonga. Again, I think it's still relatively cheap. If I zoom in, 60 cents a tile, super cheap. Like imagine if this one island was bought out alone and everybody owned property around the side and the center could be like just a giant wave race arena for boat races or battlegrounds. There's so much that can happen in that space. That one island in Tonga has got so much potential to be something amazing. I'll zoom out so we can see where it is. And a lot of this I'll link in the description at the bottom, so if you see it and you're like, oh yeah, I'm interested in that place, I'll link it in the description, have a look, see what you think. It's beautiful, right? And that's another thing that scrolling through Earth 2 and finding these amazing places is, I already had a great appreciation for the environment and stuff anyway, but being able to see these land masses and these shapes, which I've never seen before, it's given me a greater appreciation for the geology of the Earth. It's stunning, it's beautiful. Here is another one. This is the same one you saw earlier. Again, this is around Tonga, a beautiful volcanic island. The shape is amazing, just stunning. A few of these are actually in Tonga. This one, again, Tonga, but again, beautiful. Look at that. Imagine if you could buy these, everybody bought tiles around here and in the center. This could be some sort of arena for all sorts of things. It is beautiful. Again, like 60 cents a tile and there's loads left. Oh, this one, look at that. That looks beautiful. So this is Kiribati. Lots of people, I think, are already invested in Kiribati, but there's all these cool little islands within these pools. And then when you zoom out, look at that. That exists on our planet. How beautiful is that? Stunning. Just beautiful. And there are loads of other islands that actually look like this around this area. It's stunning. Yeah, lots of these little islands have been bought up all the way through here. So this would be a really good community once we're able to build on it. But if people are interested, you zoom out, come to the left a little bit. There's all these over this side. Pretty sure these are still available. Yeah, all these are still available. So lots of space to expand. And let's see. 91 cents a tile, still pretty cheap. Get amongst it, guys. Fufunati, this is a great place. Pretty much all the land around the outside on this beautiful island. Fufunati. And pretty much all the land has been bought. There's some nice pixel art too, obviously, like we just saw then, the Monopoly guy. But I think there's potential for an ocean megacity right in the center. So when you zoomed out, I think it's right in the middle. If I can zoom in, well, let's see if I can just press this. There we go. Yeah, there's this pretty impressive massive land right in the middle of Fufunati. So again, this provides an awesome community. Lots of things will be happening here. This is obviously going to be some ocean-based megacity, whether it's going to be above the ocean or below it. I don't know. Yep, beautiful spot. Get amongst it, guys. Let's go on to the next one. This is another one. Again, I'm already invested in this one, so I'm kind of biased against it, but it's just really nice to see it expand, because there was a while when this one was going to be the Hyrule Island, but then there was some questions about whether it can be related to Zelda because of copyright, and then it just seemed to die and nothing seemed to happen. It's been renamed Eclips Village. I mentioned that in the last video, but I came on here a couple of days ago, and it's so nice to see that it seems to have this burst of activity. So all this is new around here, and they've changed color. It was hard to tell what was what, but it seems like the person who has created the roads has changed the color, and now it's so much more obvious what things are. This is new here, so they've got the Eclipse sign up. Now, it's not massive by any means, but this is part of the Kraken Guild, and when you're in there talking to people, it just sounds like it's full of very enthusiastic, very creative people. So I can imagine that this area, although not massive at the minute, is going to be very creative once they start to build on it. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. This is another one that's expanded quite a lot. Casino Megacity, again, there was a lot of time when nothing was happening there, nothing was going on, and then I came on again a couple of days later, and this whole area here in the middle is suddenly filled up like that wasn't there before. So with all this talk of people that say on the Facebook groups, like nobody's invested in land, it seems to be pretty slow. No, it is definitely happening. The E2 capital, at least as far as I'm aware, just seems to have sprung up out of nowhere, and that's huge. And the two other small cities that I'm involved with, they've expanded quite a lot recently. So it is definitely still happening. People are still investing, still buying land. This area at the bottom is slowly starting to be filled in, because obviously, like we said last time, gambling in the virtual world is going to happen, especially if you can gamble with cryptocurrency. It will happen, and being in somewhere like the Casino Megacity, great place to start that, and especially when it's quite reasonably priced right now too. Yep, still 61 cents a tile. Great price. Get amongst it. This one I just found really amusing. I kind of love how the community do things and pull together and make jokes. So this is Pirate Megacity. There's lots of really cool pixel art in here. It's pretty sporadic going over, but then somebody did write something here that I assume people did not like, and it's great that the community just changed it. So just over here, this little message here by some cheeky Earth 2 property owner said, "I effed Jesus." Now, I don't agree with the sentiment. I'm not religious myself, but I don't agree with that being written. And people have obviously just come together and they bought up the tiles in between, so you can't see that message. But then the person that originally wrote that message, I won't go into it because you can see it yourselves, obviously just thought, right, fuck you guys, I'm gonna go do another one. And then just down here, decided to write, "I love cock." I don't know, I find it really amusing. Maybe I shouldn't, but it's just funny that things like this are happening in the community. It's like whoever he thought was right, fine, fuck you guys, I'm gonna do it again just down here. And of course we have Chavez-topia. I haven't been on here for ages, so it's nice when you come back in and you see the tiles that you bought around it. Like, so much has grown. All this land down here has been bought up. I love the meow there for what Randy Chavez says. Now, I don't actually know why he says meow, 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 meow. I don't know what that's for. I've not looked back in his earliest videos. Maybe it's written there somebody. Oh no, maybe somebody can tell me. Why does Randy Chavez say meow? I don't get it. But this is a big one, possibly the longest megacity in the Earth 2. world. And just so anybody knows, if you go in to buy in this area, although it's kind of a little bit expensive now, the red line across the top is what divides the border apparently. So if the tiles above that red line are more classed as international territory, I think, so way more expensive. Yes, if you look at one of the tiles on this side of the red line and click it, it's $1.67. But if we look at one of the tiles on the other side of the red line, and it is $7.41. So that red line divides the international territory with the land in the Antarctica. So when you zoom out and use the heat map, it's really cool to see that entire line there is the mega city. I don't know what that is in distance. It'd be really cool if we could see distances on this map as well. But yeah, let's zoom in. It is big. Oh, it seems to have a center here. What is that? Yeah, it's pretty big. I don't know. I don't think it's the biggest. I don't actually know what the biggest is. Does anybody know? If you know, what's the biggest mega city in terms of tiles bought in Earth 2? And is there a website that tells you that? Maybe Earth 2 Happener website. I assume they would probably have the details for that. They're a great website as well, by the way, and a great group of people that are creating amazing things within Earth 2. Profile banners, we've got those now, and I mean, it seems like a great idea, and hopefully it will actually be active on the map in the future. And mine's obviously changed to be my What on Earth 2 symbol. Yeah, hopefully that becomes active soon, because that'd be really cool to be able to look at the map and see whose is what. Crypto. Oh my goodness. Like I said last time, being involved in this world has introduced me to the world of crypto, which again is becoming just as addictive as this, like the next crypto and who's doing what. And I find it really amusing though. The Doge army are hilarious. My goodness. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dogecoin, Dogecoin, Dogecoin. I love Dogecoin so much. And don't get me wrong, I'm a Doge owner too. Like, I own the property, so I appreciate the Doge army, but the videos, like every day the same thing, like Doge to the move, baby, and they just repeat the same thing. I call out all the big plays, so if you want to know the big plays, you just follow my channel and I'll tell you what to do. You won't go wrong if you follow my channel. I know all the best things. So yeah, even when they say, oh, Doge is gonna be $5 tonight, or it could be, the words they use is the Doge, it could be $5. And then the day after, they're like, oh, it never got to $5, but I did say, oh, it could be $5. I just find it really, really amusing. But like I said, I'm not a hater. Elon Musk is my daddy. He's my daddy. I love Elon Musk. Oh my God, I love Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the best. I see the funny side of it. Because I'm an investor in Doge, so everything the Doge army does benefits me, and it's great. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. I'm sorry if I took the piss a little bit too much. I'm a bit of a piss taker. Yeah, apologize. Oh my god, Dogecoin to the moon! Dogecoin to the moon! Somebody say elongate. Could you say it again, please? And that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully there's been some interesting things shared, and hopefully it's been at least slightly entertaining. And I heard, actually, I was speaking to Shane Isaac himself the other day, and he said that if people like my video a lot, then that will actually increase the value of property on Earth 2. I don't know how that works, but that's what he said. And he also said if they like and subscribe, it'll increase the property and somehow speed up phase 2. I don't know. He said it, not me. So do whatever you think is best, guys.